If you're unhappy with your life, you have to wake up and start living in alignment with your values. This is going to be hard for some people to hear because a lot of us are waiting for something to come and save us. A lot of us are waiting for some external thing to magically change, like for us to finally be forced to make that next step in our life so that we don't have to be unhappy anymore. We're waiting for someone to swoop in and save us. But the reality is that no one's coming to save you, and you have to save yourself. It's always been you. And if you're feeling unhappy every single day, it's probably because you're living out of alignment with your values. Maybe you're living the version of your life that your parents thought you should live, or society thought you should live, or your friends. Whoever it is, you've allowed these external forces to determine your life, something that you think you should be doing rather than what you actually want to be doing. And maybe it is the life that you wanted to live 5 years ago or something, but you've changed and you've grown and you've decided that that's not what you actually want anymore. And yet you still wake up every day in the same job, in the same circumstances, with the same people that don't fulfill you, in the same circumstances that you feel stuck in. And at the end of the day, nobody's going to pull you out of that except yourself. If you can feel that a certain aspect of your life is draining you, that you wake up every morning and you don't want to do it, then you have to get really clear with yourself about what you actually want. Deciding, why are you still in this situation? Is it because you're actively choosing it every single day? Because if you're staying in it, you're still choosing it, even if it feels like it's out of your control or you chose it years ago. By staying in it, you're deciding that this is still what I want to commit my life to. And a lot of people have that fear of, what if this is as good as it gets? What if I leave this situation and it doesn't get better? I'm still so unhappy here, but what if this is as good as it gets? And that scarcity mindset is living in fear, and that's overrunning your life because you are deciding, like, this is as much as I deserve. And I don't know if I deserve more than that. I don't know if it can get better than that. So I might as well just accept this or lower, which is so unfair to you if you think about the rest of your life that you have to live. It's not like, oh, I've spent this many years in this, so I just should stay in this forever. But if you think about how much more life you have to live, isn't it such a waste that you decide that this is as good as it gets? When you see other people around you who have something that you want, a job that you want, or a dream partner, or different circumstances that you admire, do you feel jealous or do you feel inspired by it? Because if you feel jealous that someone else has something that you want and you feel yourself like kind of putting them down or being annoyed that they have this thing, you're like, I work so much harder, but they have this, you're living in the scarcity mindset. You're living in the belief that just because someone else has it means that you can't have it too. But the reality is, look at how abundant this world is. Like, just look at the oceans and the mountains and nature. Think about how there's millions of jobs out there, billions of people out there, and you think that you can't have something just because one other person that you know has it too? You can flip that around completely and decide that because that person has it, why couldn't I have it too? What about the abundance mindset of that person is proof that it exists and I can have it too? If you see your friend in a relationship that's really healthy and strong and you think, oh, I wish I had something like that, instead of thinking like, oh, I'm jealous because they have something that I want, you think, oh, that's so beautiful that they have that. Now I know that that exists and that I can have that too. Because the universe is so, so abundant, for it to exist for one other person and to not exist for you does not make sense at all. At the end of the day, every single day in life, if you choose to stay in a circumstance that is making you unhappy, even if it feels like it's out of your control, you're actually actively choosing it because you're deciding to stay there. Nobody's forcing you to stay in these situations. And if you know that you would grow so much by having something better, or you know that this circumstance is out of alignment with who you are, with what you deserve, with what your values are, then you deserve to leave it. And if it doesn't feel like you deserve to leave the circumstances that you're currently in, then you need to think about your younger self, and it will help you a lot in feeling like you deserve the life that you want. Think about the 6-year-old, 8-year-old version of yourself. Would they be happy in the situation? Would you want them to grow up to be in the circumstance that you are? And if you think that you deserve better, it's because you probably do. And if you're unhappy right now and you're afraid to take that jump because you wonder if it doesn't get better than this, I promise you that it does. Because the universe is so abundant and your soul would never let you down with a wish that you couldn't fulfill. I know it's scary to leave what you know and what you've decided is comfortable, but imagine how good it can get if you believe that it is possible. And I promise you that it is, because You're living in fear and you're believing that this is as good as it gets will only ever hold you back and keep you from the things that are on the other side, which will fulfill you and make you feel good. And of course, you should always water the grass where you're at. You should always invest in the circumstances that you're in. But if you've been in a situation where you feel stuck and unhappy and you know that there might be more out there, then why not take the leap and go for it? Because you have this one life, and if you're waiting for someone to save you and swoop in and rescue the day, it's not going to happen, because it's you. It's you that has to do it. And maybe that feels really scary, but also it's kind of freeing because it's always been you. You've got this.